Are you looking for a great realtor? Well, you're in the right place. I'm Kathy Schmidt, the broker owner of Schmidt Realty Group, and today I want to introduce you to my awesome colleague, Rob.DeJong. So, Rob, thanks for spending some time with me this morning and allowing me to introduce you to people.
Yeah, you bet. Thanks for having me.
So, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I been in real estate for about 5 years now. I have a wonderful wife and two wonderful girls. I grew up in the Edmonton area and met my wife actually in Ontario, and we got married in 2010. And yeah, we've been living here ever since. Recently bought an acreage the other year, so we love to be outside in the country and kind of just enjoying the peace and quiet, so to speak.
That's awesome. Well, I know you do really enjoy being in the outdoors. I've seen some of your skiing videos with with the camera on your helmet and whatnot. So I know that's something you really enjoy. So tell us a bit about what got you into real estate.
What got me into real estate? Yeah, so I mean, I was in a sales position before I got into real estate. I always knew that I wanted to work with people primarily. And just started looking into real estate. And the more I started looking into it, the more I realized this would be a really good fit. What I really love about real estate is just working with the people on a personal side rather than like a business or a corporate side, which is more what I was doing before. So yeah, I was just looking for a way to interact with people on a personal level. And just be a problem solver and a helper for people. So that's really what brought me into doing this.
I can really relate. In my background, people might not know this, but many years ago, I was an accountant, and I didn't dislike the work, but what I really enjoyed is the people I worked with. Yeah. And for me, it was having the freedom to have my own business, but to really be able to see the impact of my work. And that key release day where you're handing over the keys, you're putting up the sold sign. I love this picture here, where you've got kids putting up a sold sign, right? There's nothing better than a day like that, for sure. So I can completely relate. So what can people expect if they choose Rob.DeJong to be their agent, whether they're buying or selling?
I would say a fairly educational process. So I really like to make sure my buyers and sellers know what they're getting into up front. It can be sometimes a bit of a scary ride for people, right? Lots of ups and downs. And yeah, I just like to prepare my clients as best as possible so that there's as few surprises as possible. Obviously, sometimes you can't avoid surprises, but I think for me, it's just really educating the clients, really prepping them, and talking about how the process is going to go so they feel like they're informed as much as possible. And then really maintaining that that line between, I'm your confidant, I'm your informant, but you're still the decision maker, right? So as a client, it's really important that the clients feel fully informed, but also fully in control. And I think that's where what people can expect working from me is that sort of approach, which I find refreshing.
Well, I know you're really analytical in terms of being into the details. So if someone wants to really get a deep dive into a market as they're making a decision, I know you do a great job for your clients that way. And yeah, I can really relate in terms of when you say you don't want people to have surprises, because in real estate, surprises usually mean dollars. And that's not pleasant. So again, knowing what all the expenses are going to be, what all the pros and cons are of various routes and courses of action, I think is something that you lay out very, very well for your clients. So what's something that people often ask you?
Well, the first one comes to mind is how tall are you? That's
how tall are you?
That's pretty much a daily occurrence. So yeah, I'm 6'8", so that's always a fun one. But no, most of the times it's how long have you been in real estate, and what does your job all involve? How's the market? That sort of thing, right? So it's always interesting in that respect, where people don't always realize that it's not just one market, right? So I would say that's probably other than the height question, that's probably the one that comes up the most. What's the market doing, and that's always a complicated answer, right? Depending on, where is your market and
Exactly.
within Edmonton, what neighborhood, all that sort of thing, right? And
Yeah, people often think there's one market, but really, is it single family? Is it condo? What's the price range that you're looking at? And what neighborhood and what's the demand for that neighborhood? We have all these micro markets. I think that's where the way that you're so good at analysis is really helpful to your clients to put them in a good position to make really well-informed, smart decisions. So when you're not working, what do you like to do?
I like to hang out with my family, obviously, with my wife and kids. Like I said, being on an acreage, we love to be outside. So, watching the wildlife that comes through, or just going for walks or hikes or bikes. We like to get to the mountains as often as possible, which isn't near as often as I would like, of course. But and just a bit of traveling. We have family across Canada, right? So we like to take some vacation time and see the other side of the family, so to speak. So yeah, lots of relaxing. I love to ride my motorcycle,
Mm-hmm.
Outdoor stuff like fishing and that sort of thing as well. So.
I know family is really, really important to you. And one of the things that I've really enjoyed watching is how you balance your work and your business. You are always there for your clients, but you also make time for your family, and you're very committed to that, while knowing, while knowing that you've got a colleague who is standing by in case your clients need anything if you are taking some family time. So I think that's something I really admire about you. So, well, thanks for spending a bit of time with me today and letting me introduce everybody to Rob.DeJong. So if you're looking for a great realtor, you've just met Rob. So he's a great choice. In my opinion, to be in great hands, whether you're buying or selling, or you just have a question about real estate. Feel free to reach out. Thanks, Rob. We'll chat again soon.
Absolutely. Thanks, Kathy.